the world is hyper competitive. If you're going to be a man who's going to sit and say, I'm just sad, you are always going to lose in competition to men like me. No. And there has to be losers for there to be winners. I am tired of sympathy. Sympathy doesn't work for anybody. I'm not going to sit here and be sympathetic for people who say they're too sad to try hard and be their best. Guess what? Perhaps I was sad every time I did exactly what I was supposed to do and trained anyway. Perhaps I was afraid when I fought anyway. Perhaps I was tired when I worked anyway. This is how you get ahead in life. I don't have a fucking ounce of sympathy for these people who sit here and say, well, I feel this way, so I can't. Then don't do it. Stay down there. The winners are at the top, and the winners at the top don't give a shit about how they feel. We wake up and we perform regardless of how we feel day after day. So if I'm going to ignore my own feelings, I'm certainly not going to take into consideration anybody else's. Yeah. Why am I going to ignore how I feel and make sure I'm constantly performing regardless, flawlessly, and then sit and go, oh, but he doesn't feel good, so he's allowed to fuck up? No, you are not. You're not allowed to fuck up to your ancestors or to God or to yourself. You have to perform. This is what being a man is about. The baseline of masculinity is doing things you don't feel like doing. I can't comment on being a woman because I'm not one, but the baseline of masculinity as a whole is the thing that makes a good man a man is that he does what he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to work and he works anyway. He doesn't want to go to war and he fights anyway. He doesn't want to get up, he gets up anyway. That's the whole point of it. We didn't want to die in the Titanic. Guess what happened? We died in the Titanic. You can't sit there as a man and say you don't feel like it. You're not allowed to not feel like it. You're supposed to do it anyway, regardless. Yeah. So when a man sits there and says, oh, but you don't understand, I'm struggling with motivation. If you are struggling with the motivation to be a winner, then stay a fucking loser. No problem. Stay a loser. Don't care. Because in my circle, there's no losers around me. Your energy is disgusting. I find it revolting. I don't like weakness around me, even near me. Even people coming up saying hello to me. If you're depressed, don't even shake my hand. I do not have time for losers on any regard. Winners only.
Yeah. Because most of you are stupid. And stupid people don't listen. I want you to please listen to these words. You are running out of time. Slavery is coming for absolutely everybody, especially unimportant losers like you. You are running out of time. Slavery is coming for absolutely everybody, especially unimportant losers like you. Please understand this. Most of you are only a few years away from being completely replaced by free computer programs like ChatGPT. Most of you are so uninteresting and so unremarkable and lack skills at a level where a free chatbot can replace the majority of you. In fact, I would argue if most of you use ChatGPT to talk to girls, you'd probably do better than if you tried yourself. That's how pathetic most of you are. You're all going to be replaced, which is going to make you a useless eater. Once you're a useless eater, the elites will not need you anymore, because if you're a useless eater without a job, what you're going to eventually do is riot and cause problems, and they have no interest in trying to police you. They'd rather get rid of you, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to reduce the world's population from 9 billion down to about 2 billion plus machines. And they're going to look at all the people with money and importance and stature and status and who are brown and tall and sexy with big muscles, and they're going to let us live. And the people like you are going to be exterminated one way or another. You're going to be starved to death or given some vaccine, and you're going to be permanently eradicated from the genome. That's what's going to happen to you. And I'm trying to explain this to you, and you're sitting there going, oh, Tate's funny. No. This next 4 years, the best way you can save the world is to save yourself. And they are going to come for you. And 4 years is going to pass like this. And you better be stronger. You better be richer. You better be more prepared than you've ever been before the Empire of Lies returns. Find the Empire of Lies video. Before the Empire of Lies returns. You have to be strong enough so the women in your life listen to you. Because they only want to listen to what's easy. If they don't trust you to protect them, they're going to listen to the Matrix, and they will betray you. Your own wife will betray you and tell you that your son needs his balls chopped off because the news told her so, unless she respects you more than she respects the machine. There is nothing more important than this. We haven't won anything. For the first time, the playing field is fair. For the first time, individualists can now fight the Matrix, and we need as many strong, capable individualists as possible. More than ever before, we need you to get your act together. I've already done my part. I've suffered enough. Elon's done his part. Trump's done his part. It's down to you. We need more people like you now. You need millions of dollars. You need to garner respect when you walk in a room. You need big arms. You need a network. You need capability. You need influence. You do. To fight against their empire of lies. Because they can kill Trump.
And they could kill me, but they can't kill all of us. They can't kill all of us. And the empire of lies is based on monopolization, which is why it is so important you understand this.
It should work. All of the men who didn't fight felt a temporary relief, and you can apply this to life. They were offered a difficult challenge. They knew that bad things could happen. They were scared. They were offered the opportunity to pussy out, and they did, and they felt a temporary relief. Maybe for a few hours or a day or so, they're like, thank God I don't have to do that. But as the days went on afterwards, as I saw the other people proud of their black eyes and proud of their blood, and the pictures and videos of them having cage fights against professionals, and them going home and telling their girlfriends, yeah, I got my ass kicked. I got in there. I told him fuck off and I'm going to fight him anyway. I was brave. And over time, they started to realize what an opportunity they missed, and they started to feel like cowards. And then they started messaging Luke especially and me saying, I need to fight. I need to fix this. I can't live as a coward anymore. How do I fix this? And we put together a Fight Club event in Prague where people could train under your tutelage. Was it for 8 weeks?
Yeah, we did 6, 8, 10, whatever they could do weeks training.
They could train for 8 weeks, and then they had the opportunity to meet another man who they didn't know what he looks like, didn't, just like our earlier fight, turn up and throw down, because living as a coward is detrimental to the soul. It's actually amazing. You could apply this to so many things. I've had guys come to me and say, oh, you know, I really want this girl back, and I'm really upset, and then she wants me to change and do this, da-da-da. I'm like, bro, obviously we all understand what love is, and we all understand what we're supposed to do for a woman we truly care about. But if you completely cuck and completely simp to this woman, you're going to feel dirty inside forever. You're going to feel dirty inside forever. There are limits you can go to where it's just too far. You have to still be a man. Because if you're not still a man at the baseline, money ain't going to hide it. Fucking random girls in Colombia ain't going to hide it. Nothing's going to hide it. Besides, when you look in the mirror at night knowing that you are not proud of yourself, that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And that's why this event was so monumental. I think everybody who said no at the test felt so guilty that they ended up fighting again in Prague. And once again, you talk about a transformative event. Imagine how different you at home would be if you actually went through some challenges in your life for once in a while.
It's a cop-out, and that's exactly it. That's exactly it, because the reason when I said depression wasn't real, everyone lost their minds, is that depression is the ultimate cop-out for failure. I'm failing in my life. I'm not doing what I say I want to do, but I'm depressed. They think it's a cure-all. This is my excuse for everything. And if you take away people's excuse, then they don't like it, because now they have no excuse. Now why are you not going to the gym? Oh, you're actually a lazy bastard. Oh, you don't want to admit that.
And you need a network, you need other parents. If I was a parent and my child was going to public school, I'd be extremely interested in finding other parents whose kids were going to that public school. Yeah, you have the PTA meetings, etc., but there has to be a degree of strength in numbers. It's hard. You can say homeschooling, that's the cop-out. But the other answer, the more arrogant answer to this, is actually an answer I gave after the subway incident. You know, in New York with the subway where they choked the guy who died.
Yep.
I get asked all the time, Andrew, what would you have done in that scenario? It's a very difficult scenario. I mean, we can argue whether he choked him too long, whether he was trying to protect people. There's a bunch of arguments. But it's very unfortunate. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. You can no longer just be the average man, the average citizen. I insulate myself from so many problems with money. I know this is a terrible thing to say and people aren't going to like hearing it, but it's true. I never have to worry about some garbage on the subway. I never have to worry about, do I stand up and defend this woman or allow her to get attacked because they're going to put me in jail? I never have to worry about some fight on a plane because the ticket was $40. I never have to worry about my kid going and learn something they don't want to learn. I don't have to worry about any of this because money protects me, right? So when I say this, like if I have a girl and she's saying, all you do is work, you need to be a dad too. I'm being a dad by being rich. That's me being a dad. That's how I protect you all. I'll work 18 hours a day every single day. That's me being a dad more than almost anything, because that's how I protect you and everybody else from all this insanity.